Okay, so in this video, we're going to walk you through how to use the CRM that we use. It's called HubSpot, and it's a great way to keep track of your customers' information and the stage that they are in the sales cycle. So this is a new account, but when you open the app for the first time, it will open up to this contacts page. Here at the bottom left, you can see it's highlighted contacts. There's, of course, deals and tasks, and we'll go through each one of these as we move along. But step one is to add a contact and a company. So we just got done talking to Jenna at the Den Coffee Shop, and so we're going to go ahead and put in her information. When you add a contact for the first time, go ahead and hit the plus sign at the top right corner, and you can either enter her information manually or scan her business card. Of course, that's a little easier, so we're going to start with that. Here is her card. I'm going to go ahead and hit the red button in the middle to take that picture. The crop looks good, so we're going to move on. Sometimes you do have to manipulate the information manually on the import, but in this case, it looks like the full name is good, job title, email, phone number, website, that all looks good. So review that, looks good. Let's import that contact. So here we have saved Jenna Hickenbottom, and you can see her in your contacts. It will populate in just a minute. Sometimes you have to kind of click around in the app a little bit. There she is. So Jenna Hickenbottom. Okay, let's look at our associations about Jenna. There's the information that was imported. Associations, we haven't added the contact or deal yet, but here you can kind of see the activity that's linked to the contact. So next step, let's go ahead and add her company in there. So we're going to go create a new company, and her company is called Den Coffee Shop. And if you put in the domain name or the website information, it will actually auto-populate some information that will be pulled from the website, which is kind of helpful sometimes. So the dencoffeeshop.com looks good. Okay. And now it is linked to Jenna. Perfect. So now you can see that the Den Coffee Shop is with the association. So the final step is to add a deal. So let's create a new deal, and we'll just call it the Den Coffee. And this is the initial contact stage. I'm the deal owner, and we'll go ahead and hit save. So now we have a deal here. We have a company linked. Everything looks good, and we are done with that contact. And so here you can see contacts. There's Jenna. Go to companies. The Den Coffee Shop is there. And if you go to deals, initial contact, of course, the Den Coffee. Now in this case, this deal, Jenna is actually the buyer. And that's important to know because if you look at the sales funnel, initial contact is step one. If you slide over to step two, buyer info obtained, since Jenna is the manager, we actually do have her information. So we're going to go ahead and move the Den into this category, and I'll show you how to do that. If you swipe again, following up, that's just kind of, okay, we're having some dialogue here. We're having email, phone. We're kind of wrapping up this deal a little bit. She's responded with interest or not. And then, of course, you can move it into the first order place once they've placed the order online. If they go not active anymore, then you can slide them over into this not active category as well. So let's kind of talk you through how to do that briefly. So it's pretty easy. You just click on the deal. Go ahead and click there. Okay, so here's all the information about the deal. And you can see here kind of towards the top, it says initial contact. You'd think that you could click on that, but you actually can't. You go to edit and then top right, and then go down to deal stage, initial contact, and let's go ahead and move it to buyer info obtained. Done, and then save, top right again. And now there you have it, buyer info obtained stage. And so when you go back, it's no longer here in initial contact. You slide over to buyer info obtained, and there it is. So the last thing that we need to do is while we were at the store, Jenna mentioned that she'd like us to follow up with her on Monday with some more information. So what we're going to do is, you see this dark rectangle here. It says add node, activity, or task. Go ahead and click that. And you can take some notes here. So we're just going to say Jenna was very interested. Keep following up. Okay, just a simple note. You, of course, can take other notes down, whatever it is. So what we're going to do is add a task, and we're going to just say follow up as the task name. actually, we're going to go and call that first follow-up because it will be the first time that we reach back out to her. And so it's not a to-do, it's not a call. We're going to go ahead and email her. And when are we going to do it? We're going to do it Monday, like she asks, at 9 a.m. You can, of course, say, oh, it's actually a call on that day or an email, whatever it is. In this case, we'll leave it as email. And that looks good. It's assigned to me. And once again, you can assign it to anybody else on the sales team. So there we have it. And there's some activity there. It's saved for Monday. Let's go ahead and save that there. And here it is again. So just to recap, we added a contact, Jenna, who is linked to a company, the Den Coffee Shop, and also linked to a deal, which is here in the buyer info obtained. We also created a task, which if you go to tasks, you can see, okay, there's no due task for today or anything past due that I have. But if you go to future tasks, the first follow-up here is with the Den Coffee Shop. They want an email sometime Monday morning. And there you have it. That's basically the functionality that we'd like you to use in HubSpot to keep track of the customers as they move throughout the sales cycle. So hopefully this will help us all stay on task and focus. So